So, in case you live under a rock, there is a World Cup going on, a soccer slash football tournament, and I'm pretty sure like all of you guys at least have heard of it, okay? It's really hard not to. I mean, you literally have to be living under a rock not to hear about the World Cup event, what's going on, you know, the big tournament. And as someone who's grown up watching football, of course, every 4 years, I'll tune in, watch the big games, or at least watch the highlights at the minimum. And very interesting observation that I have that I want to share with you guys here. When a player scores a goal, everyone, not just the player, everyone is quick to give that player credit for the goal. And the headlines will say something like, Ronaldo carries Portugal to a 3-3 draw with Spain, or Lionel Messi saves Argentina from embarrassing exit. So all of us, not just the player himself, are quick to give credit to the player for saving the team, for saving the day, for saving the moment. And that's kind of bizarre for me, you know, from where I'm seeing it, the perspective that I'm seeing. It's a little bit bizarre to give the player, whoever scored the goal, the credit for saving the day and saving the team. Because let's take a look at who's been a really good player in this tournament. Let's take a look at Neymar, for example. Neymar is, besides the nasty diving and the grade A Hollywood acting, he's been a really good player. He's going to be a contender for player of the tournament if Brazil goes on. And by the time I upload this, I don't know, maybe we'll see. At the moment of me making this video, it's Brazil versus Belgium for the quarterfinals. Maybe by the time I upload it, the game will be over. Anyway, Neymar's been doing really good this tournament. He's been playing well. He's been scoring goals. He's been assisting goals. And many people are quick to give Neymar credit, saying he's carrying Brazil. He's this, he's that. And I don't know about Neymar because I'm not Neymar, but there's a good chance that Neymar is taking a decent amount of credit for carrying his team, for being the inspiration, let's say, for his team. But let's step back for a second here and take a look at this very objectively, because there's a lesson for all of us to learn here. And the lesson is, everything that contributed to Neymar being Neymar is to be given credit. It's undeniable that Neymar is Brazil's star. And perhaps if he's not there, Brazil might not do as well. But let's take a look at all the events, everything that led to the emergence, to the creation, to the emergence of Neymar as a football star. First of all, he was born in a country that is obsessed with football, Brazil. If Neymar had been born in Africa or some country with very little development when it comes to football, like if he'd been born in China, okay, then we simply would never find out about Neymar, because the football there is not developed enough. His chances of really shining are minimized, because a lot of the scouts, they go to South America, they go to Argentina and Brazil, because they know the way they play, the street football and the academies and everything. We're going to get some good players from there. So there's credit to be given for the opportunity to be born in a footballing nation such as Brazil. Then there's his dad, who basically encouraged him from a very early age to, you know, pursue a career in football. If he didn't have a supporting dad, supporting parents that pushed him into the path of football, of pursuing a career and believed in him, again, Doesn't matter how good he is and how naturally talented he is or whatever, he's not making it. He's not making it. Because if you don't go into an academy at a young age, you can't compete, man. You can't compete. It's as simple as that. No matter how good you are. If Messi hadn't been in an academy at such a young age, despite his clear natural ability, he would not have made it to the big stage. So there's his parents to thank, right? For supporting him and believing in him and pushing him into the path at such a young age. Then of course there's all his coaches throughout his youth, all his friends, everything. And then there is him playing in the game, having his teammates support him, having his teammates believe in him, pass the ball to him, declare him as the star player in the team, you know, push him to that role. There's his coach. There's the media. You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying? And then in the moment of glory of scoring, we are so quick to give credit to one person and saying that person carried the team, that person carried his country for success, that person's a hero. And this is not a jab at Neymar or anybody, right? It's not. This is a jab at us for not seeing the connection of everything. Because we're so quick to give credit to one person because we don't see our own connection to the universe. We don't see our connection to everything. We don't see the connection, the oneness of everything, the connection of everything. We don't see how past, present, and future are all the same things and they're all happening simultaneously. We don't see that individuality and separation is a complete illusion. And this is the illusion of separation at its finest. You know, the media and us people, watchers and fans giving credit to one single entity. Saying that entity carried the team, the entity in the form of whatever, a player, Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo, etc. And the flaws in us, the people, us who don't see the connection of everything, the oneness of everything. And that really humbles you when you start to look at that, because the lesson to be drawn here is a lesson for you in your own life. We're quick to take credit, like, you know, if you get a good body, you go to the gym, you work out, and you've been working out for 4 or 5 years, you're, very easily want to give credit to yourself, saying, I did it. 5 years I've been training hard, been eating right, I've been sleeping early, I've been doing all of this. I take credit for this. See? Not so fast, because if you look at the connection of everything, you will see, first of all, what gave you the motivation to go to the gym and train in the gym and get a really good body? Probably some kind of a childhood experience, whether it's a coach that motivated you or being bullied by other people that motivated you to go to the gym and learn how to defend yourself, etc. And you got to give credit for the bullies, and you got to give credit for the coach who motivated you, because they contributed to giving you the motivation to start going to the gym. Then there is the divine protection. I mean, you've been able to work out 5 years in a row without really getting hit by a car or getting decimated by some sort of something. I mean, like I said, like I walk to this nature area and cars are flying past me. Like they're flying past me. I'm walking, there's not even a sidewalk. Cars are flying past me. If a car hits me and I become crippled, then I can't even work out anymore. So there is that to account for as well. The divine protection, the fact that you're still healthy, that you've been protected, a car didn't hit you, nothing fucking drastic happened to you, a major trauma, a major injury or something of that sort. Then you have that to thank for. You see, really, when you start to see the oneness and the connection of everything, then you just say it is what it is. It's the way. Like, I'm just part of the universe. I'm just a tiny little drop in the ocean. Really, because that's what you really are, a tiny little drop. So it just seems a little bit absurd to me when the little drop of water in the ocean, take credit for whatever and say, yeah, I did it, here I am, I did it. It's like, you're part of the ocean. You would not be where you are without the ocean working and flowing in such a perfect way to bring you to this magnificent present moment. You know, I mean, it is magnificent to be a star player in Brazil, you know, on a big stage. It is magnificent to work out for 5 years and really put in the effort and the dedication, and then look at yourself in the mirror and see this beautiful artistic creation of God that is your body. It is a magnificent thing. It is a magnificent moment when you find yourself in those states where I feel strong, I feel powerful, this is beautiful. And then we have the choice from here on. We can take the credit for ourselves, and that just means we're really under the illusion of separation and the illusion of ego. Or, and this is just from my experience, I'm not saying I'm like good at this, because this video is for me as well, because I have a tendency to take credit and say I did it, but so this is for me to learn as well. And I think the better option is to say, wow, thank you, this is beautiful, thank you, thank you. And you just say thank you. You start to thank the universe, you start to thank the spirit, you start to thank the force, the almighty, Allah, right? However you want to look at this thing, the animating force, which you'd have to be kind of blind not to see your connection to it. I mean, we've been blinded basically by media, by the matrix, the mental slavery matrix that is in. We've been blinded from our connection to everything, from our connection to the all, the force, the spirit. And yeah, once you start to see that, and you just thank it, you say thank you, you know. Oof. Oh, look at this beautiful body. Oh my God, it's a beautiful creation of God. It's a beautiful creation of this thing that I'm in. And I wouldn't have done it without visible and invisible support. I wouldn't have done it without the things that happened to me in my past. I wouldn't have done it without those bullies that bullied me, or without that coach that really motivated me and inspired me. Without the divine guidance, because you're always being divinely guided. Without the divine guidance that turned me on to this and turned me on to that, and on and on it goes, right? And yeah, I think that's when you find yourself and say thank you for this beautiful present moment. Because like I said, it's such a beautiful thing to be in that stage where you feel so alive and so powerful and so wonderful and so amazing for whatever reason, because you're a star player somewhere, or because, you know, you've managed to achieve a goal. It's beautiful, it's magnificent. And I think it makes it 10 times more magnificent to stand there or sit there and say, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you just say thank you. And that, in my personal opinion, is true humbleness. True humbleness is between you and you. It's between you and God. It's between you and the force. That's true humbleness to me. True humbleness to me is gratitude. Okay, it's not pretending like you're modest. It's not going around to people and saying, you know, trying to portray the image of being humble. It's just between, it's an inner thing. It's between you and you, really. Because you created this whole thing. You're playing this game. You're the simulator and the player. So it's between you and you. It's just saying thank you, you know, not taking credit. Just saying thank you. Give credit to the divine. So I think that's a good lesson for all of us from the World Cup, which I'm loving so far. It's been amazing. Some amazing goals, amazing upsets. I watched Japan and Belgium yesterday, and you know, it was heartbreaking to see Japan lose, because they've just put such a magnificent performance. And I think today I'm gonna go watch Colombia, England. Of course, by the time I upload this will be done. And thank you for all the players for putting on a beautiful show for all of us to watch and see and get inspired from and learn lessons from. Okay? And that's it, guys. God bless you all. And I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.